Hello students, last time we have started a new chapter, that is design of crane, and last time we have discussed about introduction to material handling system, in which we have discussed that the system concept for the material handling, then different types of load handled by the material handling system, and different guidelines for the material handling equipments, and last one is objective of the material handling system. Then we have just started a classification of material handling equipment. So here you can see the classification, in which we have seen three main things, that is hoisting equipment, conveyors, and surface and overhead equipment. So let us see what is the hoisting equipment. So friends, hoisting equipments, it means it's a group of device which with the lifting gear, means suppose there is a load which we have to pick up in the vertical direction and then transfer into the horizontal direction and then unload at particular place. So for that we use the hoisting equipments, right? यहाँ पे examples दिए हुए हैं, like chain pulley, portable hand hoist, portable power operated hoist, crane, elevators, etc. Okay, so this is about the hoisting equipments. So these things is repeated so many times, I will tell you later. So conveyor, what is conveyor? You might have heard this word conveyor, right? So it is a device with no lifting gear used for the moving load in a horizontal or inclined direction along the fixed path. So this is very important, the fixed path in a continuous flow. For conveyor is a device which used to transmit the equipment, we can say it is equipment which would transmit the load in a fixed path and continuous flow. Example given here, you can see here flat belt conveyor, through belt conveyor, blanket belt conveyor, so many conveyors are there. Okay, and here one example is also, one figure is also given, that belt conveyor. Okay, you can see here there is a load, or we can say something here, and it will transfer from this belt and it is gathered over here. So here different parts given here, you can pause the video and see one by one, total 14 parts given here as per this figure. Now surface and overhead equipment. So first one is hoisting, second one is conveyor, and third one is surface and overhead equipments. So basically surface and overhead equipments used for the moving the load on the ground. Okay, so if load moving only in the ground, on the ground, then we use the surface and overhead equipments. Moving the load in a horizontal direction on the overhead trucks. Okay, so examples given here, truckless trucks, then narrow gauge car, overhead trackage system, all like that. So here these three types of equipment we can see. Okay, so if we talk about the hoisting equipment, the first thing is hoisting machine. Okay, so here this is a whole things given here, figure given here, hoisting machine. Okay, power operated hoisting machine. Examples also here given, that jacks, chain pulley, rope pulley, portable hand hoist, all these things given here. Then second is crane. So crane, we also know about the crane. Okay, and example of the crane is given here, jeep crane, stationary jeep crane with rotary pillar. So this is a one type of crane we can see, which used to pick up the load, move in a vertical plane, then transfer into the horizontal plane, and then again unloading the at particular place. Then elevator. So what is the elevator? It is used for raising the load in a guide way. Suppose here, if suppose there is one building and I want to transfer the cements and all these things onto the particular floor, then I can use this elevator, right? So here you can unload loading over here, and it will be unloaded at particular place. Okay, so this is the arrangement for the elevator. So I hope you understand the elevator, crane, hoist, all the things, right? Now here classification of crane. So actually it is not so useful for the GTU exam, but you should know about it. Classification of crane. So class A, standby service. So it is like, you know, we can say standby mode, like that. 2 to 5 liter per hour capacity is very less. It is very less than the lighter service use. Okay, lighter service having a capacity of 5 to 10 lifts per hour. Okay, so yeah, here 2 to 5 lift per hour. So we can use it as a standby. Okay, so then moderate service 5 to 15 lift per hour. Application is also given here, different applications. Then heavy duty service, so here 10 to 20 lifts per hour. Then severe duty service 20 to 40 lifts per hour. Then steel mill service. Okay, so the cab operated crane used in a steel mill come under the class F. Okay, now BIS classification of the crane. So here you can say light duty, there are something working hours per year, so 1000 working per hour per year. Here medium duty 2000. Then here, you know, 2 to 3 shifts per day, heavy duty. Okay, so all these things about the BIS, we can say Bureau of Indian Standard as per. Okay, now these are the components of EOT crane. What is EOT crane? EOT means electric overhead transportation, right? So EOT crane, there are so many components for the EOT crane. So first is crane hook assembly with the pulley. Okay, so here all the things is given. Okay, all the equipments given here. So you can first read up this 10 different parts of EOT crane, and then in the figure you can see all the parts like motor, rope drum, rope, crane hook assembly, pulley system, frame, structure, motor. Okay, so all these things given here you can understand by the figure, right? So this is the overhead crane, we can say EOT crane. Okay, crane hook assembly. Now in a EOT crane there is a main thing is crane hook assembly. So you just pause the video and see all the part of crane hook assembly. This is the cross sectional view. Okay, and this is a side view of this crane hook assembly. Actually this is pulley, this is pulley bearing, okay, spacer, side plate. So all the things here give here, thrust bearing. So many times you have learned this bearing, right? Thrust bearing. So here you can see the application of thrust bearing, then lock nut. Okay, so this is a crane hook. So the crane hook assembly, you can say here, so all the 8 parts given here of crane hook assembly. Okay, you can pause the video, just see the figure, and you can you know, learn from this figure, right? Now crane hook, if we talk about the crane hook, so this is a figure for the crane hook. Okay, D, DC, TS. First you see all the things and then we will see the things individually, right? So friends, I think next time we will see the whole design portion of the hook design and the example of the hook design. Next time we will see. Today I think this is enough. Okay, so thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.